My high school senior prank went down in history, even though it never even happened. My high school still thinks I pulled off the greatest senior prank of all time, but the truth is, the prank never actually happened. Everyone just believed it did, and somehow, that made it legendary. I wasn't a troublemaker in high school, not popular, not invisible, just one of those middle ground kids who floated between friend groups and didn't cause drama. But our senior class had a tradition. Every year, the last graduating class pulled a prank. Nothing destructive, just dumb high school chaos. The class before us filled the hallways with balloons. The year before that, someone put hundreds of sticky notes on every window. Harmless, funny, forgettable, but for some reason, everyone kept saying our class needed to do something epic. I didn't really care, until our principal announced in an assembly, any student found participating in a prank will lose walking privileges at graduation. The whole room groaned. He smirked, clearly proud of himself. Something about that bothered me more than it should have, like he wanted to crush the last little bit of fun we had left. So I joked to my friend, what if the prank was just making him think something happened? My friend laughed, but that single comment spiraled into the most unintentional myth of my entire life. Here's how it started. I walked into school the next morning with a backpack full of nothing, just books, my lunch, and a single roll of painter's tape. I was tired, annoyed, and not in the mood for anything. But as I walked by the main office, I overheard two teachers whispering, I hope they don't try anything. This class seems sneaky, and I don't know why, maybe it was boredom or teenage spite, but I stuck one strip of blue painter's tape on the office door. Just one, diagonal, random. Then I walked away. That stupid little piece of tape changed everything. By third period, the rumor mill was on fire. Someone said the tape was a marker for where we'd release hundreds of crickets. Someone else claimed it was a code for an overnight prank crew. Another said we were planning to turn the office upside down. The principal stormed the hallways like he was searching for a bomb. Security guards were pacing. Teachers kept checking their rooms like we planted traps. By lunch, students swore they saw suspicious shapes on the football field. A freshman told me she heard seniors were planning to flood the cafeteria. Someone else said we had chickens in the back of a truck. None of it was true. I hadn't done a single thing, but the principal thought otherwise. After school, he pulled me into his office. He slammed a folder on the desk and said, I know what you're planning. I blinked. What am I planning? He didn't answer. He just stared at me like he was trying to intimidate me into confessing. I wasn't scared, just confused. So I said the most honest, unintentionally threatening thing possible. Sir, if you think something's going to happen, maybe you should prepare for it. I meant it as, be safe, but he heard it as, you can't stop us. His face strained. He dismissed me immediately. The next day, there were extra officers on campus. Cameras were checked. Staff meetings were held. Backpacks were inspected. Everyone was on edge. And every time someone found a random object, a shoe, a tossed candy wrapper, a piece of paper, they assumed it was part of the grand prank plan. Teachers whispered. Students hyped it up. The legend grew. My friends asked me if I was actually planning something. I kept saying no. They thought I was lying. The principal watched me like I was a Marvel villain. Graduation day came. Nothing happened. Not a single prank. But the whispers, the fear, the tension, people said it was the smartest prank ever because the prank was that they expected one. And when we walked across the stage, the principal had this exhausted look like he'd spent weeks waiting for a disaster that never arrived. To this day, 10 years later, people from my school still tell the story like it was real. The senior prank of 20XX freaked out the whole school. Genius move. But here's the truth. I didn't do anything. No one did. The entire prank was just a rumor born from one strip of blue painter's tape. But I learned, sometimes chaos doesn't come from action. It comes from imagination. People fear what they think is coming more than what actually is. And occasionally, doing absolutely nothing is the most powerful move you can make.